Yeah, I think definitely one of my favorite ways of cooking lamb shoulder is with a bunch of chili, coriander, and black pepper, like a slow roast in preferably a wood oven. I used to do a lot at the restaurant I used to work at. It would come out so tasty. I'm really not taking my time with it. I'm just pulling some meat off so we can get grinding here. So yeah, that looks good. We have a good amount of fat here already with our lamb, so I'm not going to use too much of this hard fat, just a little bit. And this ratio, it's about 70% meat to 30% fat, which is really nice for sausage. That's what we like to do, and for burger. Whenever we're cooking a burger, we do it on a griddle or do it like a cast iron pan. With that much fat, it's going to render out while you're cooking it, but then that's going to help really crisp up that meat and give you a lot of flavor and a good crunch of that meat. So cooking it slow and low, you're going to render out a lot of that fat, so it ends up being more kind of like 20–15%. So if you guys can see over here, I don't know if there's the camera for it. This is our grinder that we're going to use. It's kind of the main thing when we're grinding meat is that the meat that you're dice the meat, that it's smaller than the grinder. You don't want to have a big piece of meat here and you're trying to like push it in. It's not. It's just going to get caught up in our auger here and create a lot of friction. It's going to heat that meat up. It's going to heat the fat up. It's going to pulverize the cells, and in turn, what's going to happen? That meat, that protein is not going to be able to absorb all that flavor, that fat, and that water in your sausage. You're going to have kind of mealy sausage. I mean mealy sausage. I don't know if you've ever had a sausage where you go and cut it on your plate and it kind of bursts and you just kind of a pool of grease comes underneath it. That's what I'm meaning. That's what happens here. The sausage meat got too hot during the process, and so it didn't emulsify correctly, or the meat just got really pulverized. So it's really important to make sure that we cut our cubes. In this case, 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches okay. And then something that you would want to do at home that we do when we're not doing a demo or working as fast as we're working right now is what we call open freeze. And that's when we'll go ahead and take our meat that we've diced and we'll put it onto just like a tray any way we can, just like that. It doesn't have to be they don't have to be separate. They can all be touched, and then go ahead and put them in the freezer just like this for anywhere from like 20 minutes to 30 minutes. What we're looking for is this top of the meat to get kind of crispy like just like frozen. We don't want it to freeze all the way through. We just want that top to get nice and crispy. That's gonna that tells me that our meat is below the temperature that we want. And ideally, you want to always have when you're grinding your meat like around 37–38 degrees. So the meat below won't be frozen, but the meat on top and the edges are starting to freeze a little bit, and that's going to really help you out to have a really nice clean cut when you're grinding. All right. So it's good here. So I just go ahead and make strips first, put them all together, and come back and make the dice. Neck is good for this. Shoulder is good for this. If you do have the whole animal and you have just like any pieces that are left over, it's fine. Go for it. Shoulder and neck's ideal, but you can use leg if you want. You can use sirloin as well too, and that's why we have the fat there. We always can add some more fat if we need to. So, I'm going to go into grinding here. So this is just your standard attachment for this Viking mixer. It's the same attachment that you got for a KitchenAid. It works pretty well.